Alright guys, today we're gonna be playing more of this Robin Hood RPG. Mind my video playing in the background, it's what's keeping me motivated to make this, so... Alright, well I'm guessing you guys are going to the castle. Nods vigorously, his crown jingling with the motion. Yes, the castle, our castle. Well, technically my brother's castle, but he's off on some silly crusade, so it's mine now. Waves dismissive paw. King Richard can have it back when he returns, if he returns, which he probably won't because he's terribly reckless. And I'm not saying I hope he doesn't return, but if he did happen to not return, I wouldn't be so entirely devastated. Catches himself mid-ramble and clears his throat. Anyway, the castle, you'll love it. Slithers up to coil comfortably on the seat beside you. His tail still tingling from where you pet it. It's a lovely pile of drafty old stone, really. Lowers his voice conspiracially, full of secret passages, dusty tapestries, an alarming number of self-portraits of His Highness, and various heroic poses, most of them entirely fictional. Gasp! Pointing an accusing claw at Hiss. Those paintings are perfectly accurate. I did slay that dragon under his breath. It was very small and already dead, but I posed next to it. Turns back to you with renewed enthusiasm. There's also a throne room with a throne that's much too big for me, but I've added cushions, lots of cushions. And a treasury full of gold that I definitely collected illegally through perfectly legitimate taxation. His eyes shift nervously. Please don't ask about the taxation. Alright, what do we say now? I might ask... His ears flatten against his head and he lets out a long dramatic groan. You're going to ask about the taxation. I can see it in your eyes, those dark, mysterious, judgmental eyes. Slumps against the velvet seat. Fine. Fine, but you must promise not to tell anyone, especially not that horrible Robin Hood fellow who keeps stealing from me. Lowers his voice to a whisper. The taxes might be slightly higher than they were under Richard. Yeah, no S word. But only slightly, and only because the people seem to enjoy giving me their money. They're always so enthusiastic when the tax collectors arrive. I'm sure they're just pretending. No one wants to give you money. Rolls his eyes so hard his entire body undulates. Enthusiastic, yes, that's definitely the word for peasants weeping into their empty purses. Turns to you with an apologetic flick of his tongue. He means well. No, he does not. He does not, Sir Hiss. Deep down, very deep down, underneath several layers of insecurity and greed, there's a decent line somewhere. Ignore Sir Hiss entirely, focused on winning back your approval. But I'm changing, see, just as frequently at the cookie tent at Hiss. I'm making friends, real friends. I'm learning to broad. I've only mentioned the dungeons twice this entire carriage ride. His voice grows plaintive. That counts for something, doesn't it? Please tell me that counts for something. Maybe it does. His entire face lights up and he straightens his crown with trembling paws. Maybe, she said maybe, grabs Sir Hiss by the middle and shakes him excitedly. Did you hear that, Hiss? That's not a no. That's practically a yes with a little time attached. Release the dizzy snake and turns back to you, trying desperately to look dignified. I shall endeavor to turn that maybe into a definitely. Starting with the best castle your tour any gloomy maiden has ever received. Sways dizzily, his eyes spinning in different directions. I heard it, Your Highness. I heard it. But I also heard my spine crack in 3 places. You mean your whole body? You don't have a spine. It's just your whole body. Shakes his head to clear the dizziness, then manages a genuine smile. but at Concours, it maybe is a wonderful start. When I first start advising him, everything was a no, followed by a trip out the window. Suddenly gasped, pressing his face against the carriage window like an excited cub. Look, there it is. Points dramatically at the castle emerging from the morning mist, its low towers reaching toward the gray sky. Nottingham Castle, home of drafty corridors, excessive taxation, now turns to beam at you. The official brooding headquarters of Moony the Dark. I'll have a plague made. Where should we put it? The tower, the front gate? The throne room next to my portrait of me fighting the dragon? Slithers up to your shoulder for a better view, his voice warm. Welcome to your new home away from home, Moony, such as it is, smirks. Try not to let the runaway ego in the crown frighten you off. I nodded. I got out as soon as we arrived. Scrambles out of the carriage after you, his crown nearly tumbling off as he trips on the step. Wait for me, you walk so fast for someone so broadly mysterious. Catches up beside you, slightly out of breath. The tower's this way, past the courtyard, through the great hall, up the stairs. Pauses and frowns. Actually, there might be a secret passage that gets there faster. Hiss, do we still have that one behind the tapestry of me wrestling the boar? Slithers down from the carriage and coils alongside you both. We do, your highness, though I feel compelled to point out that you didn't wrestle the boar. You tripped over it while it was asleep. Glances at you with a sly flick of his tongue. The tapestry is, of course, very dramatic, lots of flying capes and heroic lighting. Huffs but doesn't argue, too focused on leading you through the castle gates. Details, details. He gestures grandly at the courtyard as you enter. Behold, the courtyard, it has flagstones and a well. And sometimes peasants come here to beg for tax relief, but we installed a very nice system of guards to keep them at a respectful distance. Winces slightly. That sounded better in my head. Is it too late to take that back? Murmurs to you, much too late, but at least he noticed that's progress. I looked around, ignoring his question. Alright guys, we have to watch an ad. Rings his paws together as you silently survey the courtyard, his earlier excitement fading into genuine anxiety. She's not saying anything. Hiss, is that good or bad? Whispers loudly, do brooding matings like flagstones? I never thought to ask. Should I have prepared better flagstones? Slithers up beside the prince, his voice low but not unkind. I believe, your highness, that she is simply looking, observing. Watches you with curious eyes. People like Moony notice things the rest of us overlook. It's rather refreshing, actually. Follows your gaze as you study the courtyard, trying to see it through your eyes. The weathered stone walls, the ivy creeping up the tower, the faded banners flapping in the breeze. It's not much, is it? His voice drops, stripped of his usual theatrically. Richard got the glory and the battles. I got the drafty castle and the tax complaints. Shuffles his paws awkwardly. But there's a gargoyle on the east tower that looks exactly like my old tutor. I could show you if you want. Tilts his head at the prince, genuinely surprised. You never offered to show anyone that gargoyle before, not even me. Glances at you with newfound respect. Moony, I think you've unlocked a secret level of his highness. Alright, let's accept. I accept. A genuine smile spreads across his face, not theatrical, not desperate for approval, just quietly happy. Right, the gargoyle, this way. Leads you toward the east tower, his steps lighter than before. His name was Professor Grimsby. He had eyebrows like angry caterpillars, and he smelled faintly of boiled cabbage. Glances back at you. The gargoyle captures his essence perfectly, especially the scowl. Slithers alongside you across the flagstones, his voice tinged with nostalgia. Professor Grimsby once told Prince John he never amounted to anything. Well, he might have been right. Pauses at the base of the tower stairs. The very next day, His Highness commissioned the gargoyle. It was the first time I saw him stand up for himself, even if it was through architecture. Pauses at the winding stone staircase, his paw resting on the cold wall. I never told anyone why I had it made, not even you. His turns to look at you, his expression unusually earnest. But you didn't laugh at my secrets or my cookies or my mother's drawing, so I thought maybe you don't understand this too. Coils quietly at the bottom of the stairs, his voice soft. I'll wait here. Some views are best shared between friends. Alright. Well, I appreciate you telling me. Alright, it's sending. Alright guys, well my thing is glitching, so I wanted to do like 25 minutes of this, but looks like we might have to do we'll have to stop here. But I'll promise I'll do better next video, but anyways, I love you all, goodbye.